Hi everyone, Ben Brooks here from Agency Express. Welcome back to another episode of Board Shorts. And today we're going to be talking about franchise resales. Now, when most people think about joining a franchise, they often picture starting from scratch and building an entirely new business from the ground up. This is what is known as a Greenfield franchise territory. You'll be finding customers, building relationships, and growing the business over a period of time. However, there is another route into franchising that's becoming increasingly popular and for many offers a more comfortable way into business ownership. Buying an existing franchise business from an exiting franchisee. And this is what we call a franchise resale. So what exactly is a franchise resale? How does it differ from a greenfield franchise opportunity? And what should you be thinking about as a buyer? Let's get into it. Okay, so a franchise resale is simply an existing franchise business that's being sold by one franchisee to another. That outgoing franchisee may be retiring, looking for a new challenge, relocating, or simply cashing in on the value of the business that they've built over a number of years. As the buyer, you're taking over an established business rather than starting from a blank sheet of paper. And for many people, this makes it significantly more attractive. The biggest difference between a resale and a greenfield franchise is income. With a greenfield business, you're building everything from day one. You're starting from scratch, generating leads, winning customers, and creating revenue for your new business. With a resale, it's quite different. The business is already trading. There are existing customers. There is existing turnover. There are established relationships for you to benefit from, and there is income available on day one. For many first-time business owners, that removes a lot of uncertainty. So instead of asking, how quickly can I get up and running? You're going to be asking the franchisor, how can I build on the existing business that's already in place? That is quite a different conversation. Now, before it sounds too good to be true, it's important to remember that a resale isn't automatically the right choice for everyone. There are going to be concessions. The biggest of these is usually the investment you need to make at the outset. An established business has value, and the outgoing franchisee will have spent some years building those customer relationships, generating revenue, and creating goodwill. Quite rightly, they will want to be paid for the value they've created. So typically, a resale will require a larger investment than a greenfield opportunity. This is usually shown in two costs. Firstly, the franchise fee, sometimes called the package fee, and the resale fee. Remember, you're not just paying for the franchise package and training as you would be with a greenfield territory. You're also purchasing the existing business itself, and that cost is shown in the resale fee element. The key question here is not what does it cost, but what am I getting for the investment? So this is where your due diligence comes in. As a buyer of a resale business, there are several things you should look at very carefully. Firstly, understand the financial performance. Look at the accounts. Understand the turnover. Understand the profit. Make sure you are clear on the specific costs of the business before you get started. Ask lots of questions. How has the business been performing over the last few years? Is it growing? Is it stable? Or has it been declining? Make sure you understand the customer base. Where does the income actually come from, and how consistent is it on a month-to-month basis? Are the clients tied in with contracts? Is revenue spread across multiple customers, or does it heavily rely on one or two key account relationships? The more diverse your customer base is, generally, the stronger and more resilient your business will be. Third, understand the opportunity. A common misconception is that when buying a resale business, all the growth has already happened. In reality, that's very rarely the case. Most franchise territories still have opportunities within them to win new customers, expand on existing services, and increase the market share. You're not buying a finished product. You're buying a platform on which to build. Lastly, consider the handover process. A good handover can make a huge difference to your early success. You want introductions to customers. You want knowledge transfer. You want to understand how the business is going to operate day to day. And one of the advantages of buying within a franchise network is that these transitions will normally be carefully managed by the franchisor. You're not being left to figure these out by yourself. As part of your franchise fee, you're going to receive training, support, and guidance through this whole process. Just make sure you understand what is included, and most importantly, what's not. Ultimately, a good franchisor will help verify the performance of the business you're looking at and your suitability to join their network in that capacity. The more information they make available, the more confidence you are going to have in your decision. A resale provides a more comfortable transition for those coming from direct employment, as it can provide immediate income and can reduce some of the anxiety about starting from scratch. But remember, though, most successful buyers didn't simply maintain their business, they built on it. You need to bring fresh energy, you need to develop new relationships, and you need to find new opportunities. You are buying a business, and a business should always continue to grow. So if you're considering franchising and weighing up a greenfield opportunity compared to a resale, remember that neither option is right and neither option is wrong. A greenfield business will give you the chance to build something entirely from scratch and entirely in your image. However, a resale gives you the opportunity to take over a business that's already working and accelerate from there. For many people, the comfort of existing customers, existing revenue, and an established operation makes a resale a very compelling option, even if the initial investment is going to be more to stump up. Whichever route you choose, make sure you ask loads of questions. Take your time to understand the answers and enjoy the journey. Good luck. Thanks for joining us on this episode of Board Shots. We'll see you again soon.